Hello, my name is Deborah James, and given that I am a student of counseling, God bless you, I am not a licensed therapist. The following simulation is used solely for the purpose of academic purposes. Hi Tay, how are you?
Good.
Tell me how you're feeling this week.
Okay, it's been kind of rough, but okay.
Okay, on a scale of, let's say, 0 to 10, compared to last week, has your mood increased or decreased?
Decreased.
Decreased, so it went from like, last week you were at a 6, so you were at a 3 or 4?
About at a 2 or 3.
2 or 3? So what happened this week?
I got involved in a new school, and everything that they want me to do is just so overwhelming, and I don't know if I can do it or not. So I'm just really depressed about some of the stuff I've gotten into.
Okay. So we can write then on our agenda to talk about is new school.
Mm-hmm.
What particularly about the new school is bothering you?
Well, it's very demanding, and it took a lot to get into it. So now that I'm in it, I hate to try to step back, because that's what I'm used to doing. I'll get into something and I'll get depressed about it, or I'll see that it's overwhelming, and then I'll try to get out of it. But it took too much to get into it, and I feel like I'm just over my head now.
Okay. So when you walk into your first class, what thought is going through your mind?
The first thought is that I think I'm going to automatically fail. Like, I look around and see everybody, and I think, oh, I'm not going to be able to do it.
Okay. So what you're doing now is you're giving me an interpretation of a thought. What's the first thought? You walk in the classroom, what's going through your mind?
Will I be able to stay focused today?
Okay. Will you be able to stay focused today?
Mm-hmm.
In the future, you're telling yourself, will I be able to stay focused today? How about if we say, today I'm going to stay focused? If we change what we say to ourselves.
It might work. I don't know.
Do you have anything to prove that you don't stay focused? How have your grades been in the past?
Oh, right. In the past, they have not been the best that they could be. I've done some work, and then I've turned it in, and then I know that it could be better. And when I get the grade back, it shows that it could have been better.
Okay. What stops that grade from being better? What could you do differently to increase that grade, to give yourself a better grade?
Maybe stop being so judgmental of what I do.
Okay. What goes through your head when you're doing work?
When I'm doing work, I always think, once I write something, if we have an essay, I'll write 3 or 4 pages. And when I go back and I read it, I'll delete half of it or all of it, because I think something's wrong with it.
Okay, what's going through your head when you start deleting it?
It's not perfect.
It's not perfect. Okay, we're going to write that down. Perfection. And so what do you compare it to? What is the perfection? What is it compared to?
Right now, I compare it to the papers that do get the A pluses and the perfect scores. If I see the person sitting next to me get a good score, then I compare my paper to theirs, and I think, well, their paper apparently was perfect, and I did something wrong. Even though I might have worked on it longer than this person worked on theirs, still mine is not perfect because I didn't get that grade. I didn't get that highest grade.
Okay. Have you ever thought about maybe this person's well versed in this subject and I've done my best?
Sometimes I feel like it should just come natural.
Okay. And why should it come natural?
Because I'm working on my master's now, so this is not something I'm not familiar with.
Okay. So it sounds like maybe you're a little harsh on yourself. You have these high expectations, and when you don't achieve those expectations, it depresses you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what we need to do is sort of look at maybe the message that you tell yourself. Break it down into small spurts. I'm going to do the best that I can today. And we're going to write down maybe that you type 1 page a day. Instead of trying to sit down and type 3 or 4, we'll do 1 page a day. And then you'll read that page. And if you're satisfied with it, we're done for that day. And then we'll do the same tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm going to write on here, 1 page a day. What other problem would you like to talk about this week?
Maybe anxiety in the classroom. That doesn't really help either.
Okay, and where does anxiety come from?
I don't know. It's just when I get there, I get nervous. I'm fine until I get there, and then when I get to the class, all of a sudden I just feel like all the attention is on me, and then if I'm called on, if they want me to read or say something, I get nervous, and I'm thinking, oh my God. And I sound like I can't read, but I can. It's just, I get so nervous.
Okay. So you're fine until you get to the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then the anxiety comes.
Mm-hmm.
What's going through your head when you get ready to walk in the door of the classroom? What's the thought? What's going through your mind?
I hope they let me be a wallflower today.
Now that's an interpretation. What's going through your head?
I don't want to be noticed.
I don't want to be noticed. There you go. I don't want to be noticed. And what happens if you're noticed?
I feel like they'll call on me more. They'll ask me more questions, and I'll have to participate and talk.
Okay, and you know the information.
Yeah, I feel like I do, but the anxiety makes me come out. It makes it come out like I don't know.
Okay. So you're telling yourself as you're sitting in the class, I hope they don't notice me. I hope they don't call on me.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of saying, I hope they call on me today because I know this stuff. We might need to try to change your self-talk and tell yourself, I know this stuff. I hope they call on me today.
I just get so nervous though.
Well, let's try before you walk into the class. We're going to walk to the class saying, I know this stuff. I hope they call on me today. I know this stuff. I hope they call on me today. And let's see if you can raise your hand one time to answer the question.
Well, I'm afraid that if I try that, I stay up the whole night before studying. I feel like I'm being tested. If they call me, just want me to say 2 or 3 things, I feel like it's a test. So I'll stay up the whole day before, worried about what if they call me. If they call me, what are they going to ask? So I almost stay up studying like it's a test, and all they might do is ask me, can you tell me 3 things?
Okay.
And it just stresses me out, and the anxiety is so great. I'm just like, I don't know. I can't.
Okay. Then we're going to write down study. 1 hour. What we're going to do is we're going to pace this. And so what we'll do is the night before this class, you study for 1 hour. Everything that you went over in the course, but only 1 hour. Then you're going to put it away. And you're going to start telling yourself, I know this stuff. I know this stuff. And then as you wake up the next day and you're getting ready to walk to the class, you start telling yourself, hope they call on me today because I know this stuff. I hope they call on me today because I know this stuff. And what we're working on is, can we build your confidence in the information that you already have? It sounds like you're overly critical of yourself. So let's see if is what you're thinking in your head, is there any truth to it? Or is it just your imagination? And we're going to do that by studying for 1 hour and 1 hour only. We're going to walk to the class saying, hope they call me today, I know this stuff. And make it a goal to raise your hand and answer 1 question. And then report back to me how that felt and how your anxiety was.
Okay?
Okay. Alrighty. So, on our list of things to do for our next session, you're going to only type on your paper 1 page a day.
Okay.
And not 3, so that you end up deleting most of it. 1 page a day. And then we're going to study 1 hour a night to prepare ourselves to answer questions the next day.
Okay.
And how does that feel for you?
Feels good. I'll try it.
Okay. I'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.